Hey guys, there was a really good prospect today for a nice bit of sunset colour, a really good cloud forecast, and my first idea was to come down here to Jervis Bay. There's a few locations here where the setting sun is across the water. There's not many. You have to come right around the other side of the bay, inside it obviously, and this is one of those locations, and it's a place called Hole in the Wall Beach. The hole in the wall in question is just there, and I've just come down. I've left the backpack in the car for the time being. I wanted to come down and have a quick recce. I'm well ahead of time. Got about over an hour and 10 minutes until sunset happens, and I just wanted to see what the go was, and I think we're going to be all right. We've got some really nice cloud here, which I hope will colour up nicely. And the plan is to walk down to the beach there and photograph with the hole of the wall there, the sort of sandstone wall as the foreground interest. And then I might wander down here. There's a beautiful tree here, just there. And we can do some nice reflective shots in the sand just here. So that's the plan. There's nobody else here at the moment. It's midwinter and no longer the school holidays, so I may well get the place to myself, which would be really cool. Anyway, I'm going to walk back up to the car, about 400 metres up the bush track here, get the gear and wander down to Hole in the Wall. So the deal with Hole in the Wall Beach, and why I like coming here, is that it's about a 400 metre walk from my car down to the beach. That doesn't seem like much, but it's enough to put off quite a high percentage of the old tourists. And as much as I understand, this is a tourist economy here in South Coast, New South Wales. When I'm out taking landscape photographs, the fewer tourists, the better. The Hole in the Wall Beach is located in the Budary National Park, which is one of Australia's Commonwealth parks. I'm not entirely sure I understand the distinction between the two. What makes a Commonwealth park different to a national park, or a state park for that matter? But it is, and it's one of about three. The other two are much more famous Queensland parks, which names escape me, but I'll stick the names on the screen. Budary is run by the local Wreck Bay Aboriginal community in conjunction with the state government, and a bloody good job they do of it too. And I would like to thank them for being custodians of this land and for keeping an eye on it for all those millennia, so that people like me who just enjoy nature and beauty and the landscape can come down here and enjoy it, the Serenity, and hopefully come away with a few nice photographs to prove it. beach without a shadow of a doubt is this beautiful tree which sits on the edge of this tiny little brook here, coming down through the bushland out into the ocean. It's actually featured in quite a few photos of mine over the years, which I'll stick on screen now to show you. And what the plan is, I reckon, we'll head down there now, get set up. Fingers crossed this beautiful bank of cloud here is going to get backlit. But if we have time, we'll peg it down the beach and photograph this and hopefully get some nice reflections in this sand here. One of the Navy's frigates out there, don't know what the official word is. This is from the HMAS Creswell naval base, which is just there on that promontory, which is where they train sailors. And this is officially Canberra's port. Sun just peeking through there. Quite a few of these cool fallen trees on this beach, which make for excellent foreground interest if you back up against the bank here and shoot out across the ocean or towards rocks. One thing I quite often do is use my iPhone for kind of pre-visualization. If I can't be asked to get my main camera out and I'm wondering whether there's a shot to be had, I take a photo with my iPhone, and it makes it much easier to make up your mind. I've just taken a photo here in amongst the trees that I just pointed out, and I think it's a beautiful shot with the sun at the moment. So I'm going to quickly whip the camera out and take a photo. I'm sweating a very little bit, lugging the pack down to the beach, but it has to be said, it's certainly not a warm day. Well, not by Australian standards anyway. I got up this morning to do a sunrise shoot and it was 2 degrees down at the beach, and it bloody felt it, let me tell you. It's about 15 degrees now, but it will of course cool off pretty quickly. Oh, this is going to be an interesting bit on the return leg, navigating this tree. I've got my head torch, but I'm a clumsy bastard. Looks like this little gap here is the best option. How nice is this tree? Judging by the footprints in the sand, this is the approved route. That wasn't so bad. So, a bit of water here. Tide shouldn't have come in too far by the time I leave. It's just about to turn the tide. It's low tide at the moment, but should be turning fairly soon. I've just seen someone else come down on the beach down there. I've got dibs. Alright, so this is what it looks like close up. So the reason it's called Hole in the Wall is that this used to be closed off here, and there was literally just a hole just here. At some point in about the late 70s, I believe, it collapsed, and now it's gap in the wall. So as you can see, Hole in the Wall Beach is absolutely stunning, and it's stunning at any time of the year and any time of day. Yeah, so the general idea is to shoot through that gap there, and hopefully all this cloud here will get backlit. Now, I was just taking advantage of the low tide to shoot these rocks in a way that I haven't been able to do previously, because I've never been here when the tide's been this low before. So what I did was I walked all the way out here, and because I'm wearing Crocs and shorts, I actually waded out almost that far there. It's just shallow all the way out there, and I think I got some really nice shots from a perspective I've never tried before, shooting back here. 25 minutes until sunset. I've kind of taken the daytime shots I wanted to take. I've been here pretty often, so I've covered most of the angles, and I don't want to just repeat myself for the sake of it. I've come down here for the sky colour, so I'm happy to sit and wait, catch my breath, and get prepared. While we wait, very quick look at my backpack. I've got the Pro Tactic BP 458W2, which I absolutely love. It's got the open access at the back and the side access there for the camera, of course. Got the old tripod holder on the side, which is essential. Opening out, got my 100 to 400 lens, got the Sony ZV-1 vlogging camera. I was thinking of doing a time lapse on that. Don't know if I'll bother actually. There's the camera, of course. These are all my filters, mainly K&F Concepts. Little micro tripod. What else we got? Peak Design sling strap. Oh yeah, I got the what is that one? The 50-270, the more portable telephoto. And in there is my little nifty 50, the XF35. So 35mm on the X-T4 is of course 50mm equivalent. Got some more bigger K&F filters in there, which go in that holder. And I've got some alternative legs for my tripod, which are designed to be used on the sand, which I've never used. I really like this bag, I have to say. It's extremely comfortable. This is really well padded. These shoulder straps are good and wide, and you've got the old chest buckle to go across you to make it a bit easier when you're walking with it. Thumbs up for the BP 458W2. Crowd goes wild. The tourists are fucked off. In all seriousness, I'm actually very friendly to tourists. I'm always as helpful as possible when the tourists are down at the beach. But I am also very self-conscious when I'm recording myself on the old cameras. And I know you've got people like Kai, who stand in a mad busy crowd in the middle of a city centre and just hold forth to the camera, but I can't do that. I'm with Thomas Heaton on this one. I just feel like a complete arsehole when I'm stood there talking into a camera when there's people around. So that's the main reason for my hostility. But my mood has brightened. They have pissed off. How nice is this? Come on. Well and truly golden hour now. Lovely golden tinge on the horizon. These clouds are getting lit up nice and gold. Let's have a look at the time check. 14 minutes until sunset. And I can see a bit of backlighting on those clouds, which is good. Be beautiful actually if I get a shot back across here. Wedge-tailed seagull up there. There's a mating pair that I often see down here. Apparently the sea eagles mate for life like pelicans. Whether they're going off to roost or hunt, I do not know. The tide has definitely turned. It's coming a little bit. Again, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm not going to be here that much longer because there's not enough cloud to justify it. Even if it's beautiful, it's not going to be that backlit because most of the cloud I was hoping for is over this way. You can just see it up here. But that's okay. That is photography. Three minutes until sunset. As you can see, we've got a little bit of colour in these clouds, but the clouds changing rapidly. These high level clouds are moving very quickly. That's how the hole in the wall's looking at the minute. Annoyingly, I left my... Oh, it's still on there. Haha! I'm an idiot. I was looking for the mounting ring for the magnetic mounts for the K&F circular polarizer. Voila. And I left it on the lens. Bad Andrew. These are really good, these magnetic mounts. Just slap them on, take them off, no screwing in and stuff. It's really good. Okay, so I think it's going to be an early night tonight because all the high cloud I was anticipating has pissed off. The winds were running pretty high up there evidently, and they scudded through fairly fast. I did nip round the back of these rocks here and shoot northeast where there was a big bank of high cloud. I'll stick the photos for that on the screen. And I shot through the rock looking back this way as well. So beating it around over the other side of there. Didn't really have time to pick you guys up. But the colour has faded over in the west now. So I'm going to call it at that point. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this little visit down to beautiful Hole in the Wall Beach.